it's all you. Okay, so you're going to continue to use the tiller till we get up to about 60 miles an hour. Then you take your hand off and put them over here and use your feet to stay on the runway. Okay? Hand on here. Don't take it off because we might have to abort.
Okay.
I'm going to call out the speed that says rotate. That means after you start pulling back and get the nose up. Okay? Hopefully all our brakes are on. All right, let's see. All the way on. All the way on. Hands on the steering wheel. Go. Okay, rotate, pull back. Okay, relax. Okay, gear up, reach over here, pull out and up. Out, up. Flaps up. Pull up. Down. Okay. Okay, we're in a little climbing turn to the left, real gently. Pull back just a little bit so we can
Too low.
climbing. There we go.
Too low.
Alaska 525. Contact Victoria approach 132.
Relax now. Let's go back the other way a little bit. Too steep. Too steep.
Too low.
Back the other way.
Too low. Terrain. Sink rate. Too low. Terrain.
Pull back. Pull back.
Too low. Terrain.
Got some little turbulence here.
Too low.
Okay.
Alaska
Nose down.
525.
Nose down. Always keep the horizon in view. Remember? Down a little more.
Traffic.
Very stressful.
Descend.
132.7.
Okay, we're on autopilot now.
Alaska 525.
Climb. Clear of runway.
Ladies and gentlemen, please remain seated with your seatbelts fastened until the seatbelt fasten sign in front of you has been switched on. We also remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. And
Victoria approach Alaska 525 with you leaving 5,000 climbing 8,000.
Alaska 525. Victoria approach. Roger.
I'm gonna have a much deeper
Alaska 525.
appreciation
Private
for the
maintain
pilots
5,000.
as I'm going home. Oh my. Climb and maintain 15,000 Alaska 525.
Alaska 525. Climb and maintain 15,000.
Climb and maintain 15,000 Alaska 525.
All right, let's change our altitude to
Alaska
15,000.
525. Reduce speed to 50.
Reduce speed to 50 Alaska 525.
All right, our course is going to be 031. So let's set that to 031 or 030, I think actually. The other one probably says 29, but we'll go with that. That's all right. All right, if you take a look outside, this is all based on Google Earth.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And this is what it would really look like in a real plane.
Yeah.
Have you been out there, flying?
Wow.
Okay.
That is, wow, that takeoff is, and this is all just realistic to the feel and everything.
Yeah.
Wow. No wonder they have Sims. No. No wonder they have Sims.
All right, we are not. We're getting too slow here.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will start our board serving in a couple of minutes. First, we will serve you a dinner and free drinks. After that, you will have the opportunity to buy goods from our duty-free shop. Thank you.
We are. What's our current altitude?
14,980 feet.
Okay. And our current airspeed?
220 in climbing.
Okay, so we're above 10,000 feet, so we turn off our landing lights now. 4 of them. Okay, we can increase our speed to 330. And we're crossing the Cascade Mountain Range.
Wow. Yeah, this is really cool. Man, I think I had at one point a chance that I don't think we ended up being able to do with COVID, but my dad's friend, one of our pastors, has a little Cessna, and my dad went up with him and he said it was crazy. I think he got to, once they were in the air, obviously, you got to pilot it, because that's the hard part, apparently, is the once you're in the air part. But yeah, man, it's really weird just sort of hopping in the seat of a Boeing. Like, it just really feels like learning cello to playing in an orchestra very, very quickly.
Well, let's just make it interesting, okay? So, see, a pilot is flying along like this, and all of a sudden, the right engine flames out. Just killed an engine. See it dying right here.
Yeah.
Okay, now what do we do? Any idea?
Try to get it back?
Okay, well, what we're going to do, it's on auto throttle right now. We don't want this engine, the right engine, working, so we need to turn that off.
Yeah.
All right, and then we look at our computer, and our computer tells us what happens if we have an engine out. See it?
Engine out?
Yeah, so we press that.
Yeah.
Okay. And then it says it's the left or right engine. What engine is it?
Right end.
Okay, press the right engine. The next one down, actually.
Oh, okay.
And then it tells us, in order to maintain our current altitude and airspeed, we need to have the left engine be at 97.8%. So this one needs to be all the way off, because if you lost it. This one we need it to 98.7% to maintain altitude and speed.
Alaska 525. Did you copy?
Maintain 15,000 proceed, direct Spokane International, Alaska 525.
All right, so
Alaska
passengers out there probably wonder what's
525.
going on.
Contact Seattle Center 128.5.
All right, go ahead. See, and it can be busy when you're trying to
Yeah.
take care of emergencies.
128.5, Alaska 525.
Go ahead.
Seattle Center, Alaska 525, with you at 15,000.
Last aircraft day again.
Seattle Center, Alaska 525, with you at 15,000.
Okay.
Alaska 525, Seattle Center, Roger. Altimeter 29902.
So, this is a real book from a Boeing aircraft, and it's called a quick reference manual. The pilot can't possibly remember all kinds of scenarios and things to do.
Yeah.
They just have a set of things to do.
Yeah.
So we're going to look it up and see, okay, what do? We just lost an engine. So at least tell you what to do.
Yeah.
All right. So we go to the engine. And we have an engine start procedure. All right, and so we're looking here to see if what we have, if it coincides with what's in your book. So we have wheel well fire and so on like this. We're checking all this to make sure we don't have any of this stuff going on that made the engine quit. All right, so we're going to continue on here. And what we need to do is in-flight engine start. Okay? So, it says there was no engine fire. Okay, we agreed, right?
Yeah.
Alright, we gotta pull it just a little bit there. Alright. There's no abnormal airframe vibration. There's no N1 rotation. There's not. Okay. Oil quantity in the engine is okay. Alright, and now we're hitting turbulence too on top of it all here. Okay. So we shut it down.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to try and do what's called a cross bleed start. So pack switch the affected side, turn to off. So it's the right side, we're going to turn it to off. Isolation valve switch, verify auto. That's the middle one, make sure it's in the middle.
Alaska 525.
So is it right?
Contact Seattle
This one?
Center
Make sure it's in the middle?
120.3.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
All right. Duct pressure, we need minimum 30 pounds. All right, so we're looking right here. The cabin and our duct pressure. So here's the thing, 30 pounds is way down here, so we've got plenty of pressure.
Yeah.
All right. Engine start switch, affected engine to ground. So that's this one here.
Yeah.
Go to ground. We're looking to see if we can
Alaska
get it to turn.
525. Give you copy.
120.3 Alaska 525.
Okay, let's add fuel to it. See if we can get it to light off. Go ahead, all the way up. And we've got a light off. Yeah?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
so now let's go back to put this back even with that. And then put this back to auto throttle. And then now got it.
That's
Alright.
just
All right, so we got it. Now let's put the engine generator switch, the affected side, back on. Okay. We need our packs back on that side. Okay. Engine start switches as needed. We can turn both of those to off. The other one too. APU, we don't need it. Okay. And we're good.
yeah.
All right. That's just a little
Yeah.
emergency.
And just stuff sort of not exactly like that, but similar to that is just at constant risk of happening.
Yeah. All right. Let's. We're going to tell the flight attendants that the seat belt's on.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the temperature number 5 for seatbelt sign. We have the last cabin. We also give you your seat. So make sure your seat has securely fastened.
And then let's go ahead and tune to 120.3.
So you just have to constantly just check
Yeah,
in,
yeah.
just the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
This. I understand. Like it's very important. It's just oh my goodness, like. Seattle Center, Alaska 525, with you at 15,000.
Last aircraft, say again.
Seattle Center, Alaska 525, with you at 15,000.
Alaska 525, Seattle Center, Roger, altimeter 29902.
And so then once it, not while it's turbulent, but like once it hits like a clean patch, that's when you feel like the pilots like walk out and use the bathroom and stuff. Yeah, gotcha. Man, it's
They may not have to because
Yeah.
they just got so
yeah.
just pissed his pants right there.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
All right, so let's have you look, do this just a little bit. So
Yeah.
normally when we have this kind of turbulence, what's called your air penetration speed, is we usually like to slow that down.
Mm.
So why don't you bring that back to say around 300? Can you notice that it's controlling the throttle when you do that?
Yeah.
Okay. And then let's have you notice our heading versus our course.
Yeah.
See, you can see that this is the plane right here. Yeah. The plane actually is trying, because we have a crosswind. See that crosswind
Yeah.
right there? So it's having to continually adjust in this turbulence to keep us on course.
Yeah.
So remember when I said we had a 10-degree bank? Okay, so it's on 10 right now. So go ahead, we're going to press the heading select button. Now you can turn it. So go ahead and just give it a off to the right's good. Now just look at the bank. This is the 10-degree bank.
Wow.
Okay, so this is most comfortable for the passengers.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go ahead and we're going to turn to the left, but let's change that to a. Come on here. Let's change that to a 20-degree bank. Now to go to the left. And since this is motion controlled, you can actually feel it.
Yeah. Yeah. The whole thing is tilting. It's so immersive. Like, this is so impressive.
Contact the Atoll Center 126.1.
126.1, Alaska 525.
Okay.
Seattle Center, Alaska 525, with you at 15,000.
Alaska 525, Seattle Center, Roger. Altitude 992.
All right, now let's change this to 30-degree bank. And let's go turn to the right and get back on course. You can actually feel it's turning quite a bit more now.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Even like a 10-degree bank is unsettling. Any bank is unsettling.
All right, we're going to press the LNAV button. That's a longitudinal navigation that lets us follow our course line.
Automatically.
Heading, we can do it manually wherever we point it wherever we want. But this one, the autopilot sets it to our heading, our course. I mean.
Yeah. I notice all the levels around. Are those just redundancies? Or?
Yeah, you can see our standby instruments too. See how they're all turning here.
Yeah.
That's our altitude right here. You know, our barometric pressure, and here's our airspeed down there. Is it back up?
Yeah. What does knots translate to? I know it's like its own separate measurement system.
It's like about.
Yeah. Huh. Yeah, because I read the history on the knots, on like how it's like the rope passing through sailor's hand, and it's like some weird arbitrary thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fun. Man, that's really, with the Google map and everything, it's very impressive.
And we can use this button right here to find where Spokane's at. We can zoom out, see where we are.
Yeah.
We've got a ways to go here.
Yeah.
We can also use our computer here to go to what's called progress screen right here. And you can see that KGEG, which is the airport, it says that it's 118 miles away. We should be landing there at 12:33. So by that clock, it's only about 20 minutes from now.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a very short flight.
And they, they announce that to the passengers quite often.
Yeah.
That, well, we're about 20 minutes away.
Oh, so there is like a, okay. I was always curious about that, like if there was just an accurate approximation on board.
Yeah, that's accurate. And they'll, based on how far away they are, how close they are, will determine what the stewardesses are going to do. Mm-hmm. For example, you can let them know, press that twice like that.
Yeah.
Okay, and then you can go up here and say, okay, how about meals?
Yeah.
Or you want to listen to a movie?
Attention all passengers. We will be starting our in-flight movie in
a very fancy plane back there. It's really a very expensive flight back there.
It's hard to believe that the thing can fly. To
Yeah.
tell you the truth, there's so much weight and stuff in it.
Yeah.
It's really amazing. Really.
They have a full I think they said they had a full dinner and drink menu back there. That's the nicest flight I've ever been on.
Anymore, you almost have to bring your own food.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Nowadays, you know.
All right, so we're out of the turbulence. We just crossed over the Cascades. You can see them here.
Yeah.
Now we're in Eastern Washington. Eastern Washington's all farmland.
Yeah, I can tell it's
It's all
Eastern
flat
Washington.
here, right? So we're out of this, so we can go and go seatbelts off.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign and you may not move around the cabin.
Okay.
So, are you trying to like teach people with this, like actually instruct, or is it just a passion of yours?
Well, I'm a licensed pilot.
Yeah.
A twin engine pilot.
Yeah.
So not this, but
Yeah.
flying is all the same. It's just more complicated.
Yeah.
So I want to learn how to fly this big one. So I actually have all of the manuals upstairs.
Yeah.
Right. I
Yeah.
looked at all of the videos from actual different instructors and so on.
Yeah.
Right. And all the instruments, I already knew most of that. Things I didn't know was the flight management,
Yeah.
that kind of thing. And
Which you have down pat now.
so there's a learning curve to to learn it. It's like you put it together and say, I wonder how you started.
Yeah.
How
Yeah.
you started it. So
Well, the whole process was,
you have to go through it all
Yeah,
in order to,
Yeah, and it's all about building those habits too, right? Of like because you're trying to treat this as realistically as you can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I actually have another program.
Yeah.
So you can actually, for the FAA, you can actually log real sim time hours
Yeah.
in it.
Yeah.
I have another program that I could launch in conjunction with this, and it's called a flight instructor program.
Yeah.
And I can put in hundreds of different failure scenarios.
Yeah.
So I can go engine fires and pressurization issues and, landing gear, one landing gear stuck.
Yeah.
All kinds of things.
Yeah.
I do that quite often for myself.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you own a plane or?
I did.
You did?
Yeah. A divorce has a way of taking your toys away. Just let you know for future reference.
Yeah, I saw the. I
ago.
guess there was something plane related because I saw the fuel tank out front. I'm like, yeah, I'm curious. I wonder if this is. But yeah, this is. I've never been inside a flight simulator before.
Well, you'll have when that one's finished.
Yeah.
You'll have to come back and fly the other one.
Yeah, of course. That one I might do a little bit better on than this. Is just so fast. Like it's a lot to try to keep track of when you're just trying to give someone a crash course.
Well, the other one doesn't have all the instrumentation.
Yeah.
So the other one is all about skill.
Yeah.
Because you're flying it manually all the time.
Yeah,
I mean, it does have a rudimentary autopilot that's pretty good. But if you're flying in the clouds, you better know how to fly the plane because you're handling it. And you don't want to be like those pilots that end up, on the side of a mountain somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a lot to watch for in the little plane and have a good understanding of.
There's a video I was watching recently of a gentleman. He went kind of viral on the internet because he allegedly crashed a plane on purpose, like just a small passenger plane. And it was really, really interesting watching this video. He makes YouTube videos, and he wanted a really popular video. So he went up with alone with a parachute, a fire extinguisher strapped to his leg, and a pistol. And he had like 8 GoPros all mounted all around looking in on him, because it was one of like the open door ones. And then halfway through the video, he just goes, "Oh, engine stalled," leaps out of the plane. and it was this video that I was watching of flight sim enthusiasts basically using like Google Maps and like Google Earth and various programs to just sort of track very accurately what his flight path would be, time and heading and course, and basically just sort of prove that there is realistically like no way he could have ended up where he ended up without intentionally going above that area and then sort of on purpose stalling his engine in that area, because if he was actually trying to make it to the destination he claimed he was, there's no reason for him to be where he was when the plane crashed. But yeah, it was a super interesting video. It's just this whole very technologically advanced stuff. Obviously, it's not the same thing.
Well, you can change these two. Let's see if I can change the screens.
Yeah.
You're talking about transmitting out all these different radios. You can kind of see it now.
Yeah.
Here you can see what our course is in degrees. So we're 101 degrees.
Yeah.
Okay, you can see our wind also.
Yeah.
It's with that, right?
Yeah.
And we can give it another view, which is good for pilots down here. So when you change this out, you can see we're above the ground, but when you start descending, you get to see the angle that you're descending, and plus where you are in relation to the ground.
Yeah. It's also interesting to think about, like, doing maybe not all this, but a lot of this, and then also like in a fighter jet, like that's got to be insane.
I used to fly the, like the PS3. Fighter jet ones. R-22, the R-22, the F-22.
Yeah.
It was kind of fun. And there are people who make simulators. Or jet simulators, just like this one.
Yeah. That are just for. Are those used by the military at all? Do you know? Like.
I don't know. I imagine they do have some of their own stuff, but I've seen some guys that are really into it, and they're putting their motion control on them on systems that will actually hang you upside down.
Wow.
7.
So you're in like in a sphere, and it's wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that'd be kind of insane. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, it's really impressive, just for like as the FAA to like take this as real sim hours at all. It's like very cool. Like that's something that you wouldn't think that would be, because like for years it was like sort of like that was the idea. I remember like when video games were first becoming popular in like the late 80s, early 90s. It was they had like Polybius and stuff of like these military sims, and everyone just scoffed at them and it's jokes. It's impressive to see technology advance. Descend and maintain 8,000, Alaska 525.
Alaska 525, descend and maintain 8,000.
She didn't hear you.
Descend and maintain 8,000, Alaska 525.
Alaska 525, descend and maintain
You gotta be kidding me.
8,000.
Descend and maintain 8,000, Alaska 525.
Okay, so let's change this to 8,000.
Yeah.
And since we can't, our speed can only be 250 max below 10,000, so let's change that down to 250. Okay. And we would normally use level change here, but let's use our own vertical speed, and we'll make us descend at around 2250 is good. If you go back to this one screen, you can see what I'm talking about now.
Yeah, it has like the predictive.
And that shows the angle where you set it for 8,000, so that's where it'll be when we come out.
Yeah. And then so it'll automatically set this to 0 when we hit 8,000.
Yep.
Yeah.
But we want this speed to get slow down, and we're not really slowing down. So let's put our speed brake up and slow us down that way.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are now beginning our descent, and therefore we ask you to fasten your seatbelts again.
Alaska 525, Seattle Center, Roger.
Gotta turn our landing lights back on.
3004. Alaska 525, contact slow sound approach 119.9er.
Okay. 119.9er. I hope this has enough battery to get your landing there.
119.9er, Alaska 525. Spokane approach Alaska 525 with you leaving 9,000, 300, descending 8,000.
Alaska 525, at 0905, descend, maintain 5,000, expect visitors to fly LS runway 3 approach, altimeter 3004.
Okay, fly heading what?
Fly heading 0905, descend and maintain 5,000, Alaska 525.
Okay. 5,000. Heading 095. Press the heading button. Yep, heading select. Alright. And let's descend this down here some more. Let's go ahead and back this off to say about maybe 180.
Fly heading 0905, Alaska 525.
Okay, so we're going to get ready for the landing. Okay, so the way that's going to work is we're going to get close to the runway, and when we get close, and I'll tell you, okay, disconnect the autopilot. That's the button right here.
This
Okay,
one right
when
there.
that happens, okay, you now have the plane.
Yeah.
Okay, as far as control goes. Now, if you see that you're off of the runway, to the left, to the right, really don't try to use this. Use your rudder pedal.
Gotcha.
Okay, to help get you onto it.
Yeah.
Also, as we get close to the runway, you're going to have one hand on the throttle. Okay, and when it's up here, you're going to, don't just pull it back, just slowly bring it back.
Slowly inch it
Right,
back.
and as we start to descend, you need to pull back. As we descend, you need to pull back.
Yeah.
So otherwise you just fly into the ground.
Yeah.
So we need to pull this back, okay?
Yeah.
And just settle it onto the runway, okay? When we settle onto the runway,
Oh, that breeze is cool.
yeah, we can't see crap.
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
Heavy rain, right?
Yeah.
Let's turn our anti-ice on right here and here. Okay. When you settle onto the runway, you're going to pull the reverse thrust levers back.
Gotcha. Okay.
And at the same time, don't forget, you got to step on both brakes.
Okay.
All right, so
So you're using the rudder pedals to steer up to it, and then when you get down, you're using toe brake,
yep.
and then this back, and you got.
If you, I mean, we should stay on the runway unless we have a real big crosswind.
Yeah.
Okay, so you shouldn't have to use your rudder pedals. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe just a touch when you land.
Yeah.
Okay. But most important is that, you know, as soon as the throttle comes back, you're going to have to start pulling back.
Yeah.
Okay. You want to keep that nose coming up and up and up.
Yeah.
You just settle on the runway. Okay. Now I'm just going to review. Disconnect the autopilot. Press that button.
Yeah.
Okay. You now have it. Hand will be on the throttle. Okay. Throttle back, and you're just going to go real gently. Throttle back. Start pulling back. Start pulling back. Start pulling back. Start pulling back. Touchdown. Toe brakes on. Reverse thrust.
Okay.
All right.
So this and toe brakes when we touch down.
All right. So let's look at our information here about our landing. Our landing says that we need to be 50 degrees flaps at 157 miles an hour.
Okay.
So let's head there. So let's go 157. And let's go flaps 5. And that will help slow us down some. Alright. It's going to slow down for us. Are we almost? No, we're at 5,000. Alright, so let's put this back to arm. Up just a little bit to arm.
Yeah.
And then we can confirm that it's arm. Okay?
It's not a button. Not a button.
Not a button. Alright, let's go flaps 10. Start slowing down here. And now we're also going to use what's called the approach button. This is what this does is it locks in that ILS frequency that we're talking about. So we go down this way, right? Follow it and stay on course left or right.
Yeah.
Alright, so we should be close enough to the airport that it can find that frequency. So go ahead and press the approach. Let's see. Yep. So we got that locked on now.
Yeah.
When it locks on, so to that, especially to the one going down, we'll get a notification here and it'll say single channel.
Okay.
Okay? Once it's a single channel, we got to keep an eye on these two purple triangles.
Yeah.
We want them to be right in the middle and right in the middle. Right now, this says that the airport is off to my left.
Yeah.
Okay? So it's going to be one of the turns left, and as we go left, that triangle will move over to the left.
Yeah.
This is says we're high, so as we start getting closer to that path down, this will come down here. So we want the one purple to be here and here. 070.
Turn left, heading 070, Alaska 525.
Let's go flaps 15.
Alaska 525, maintain 5,000 until established on localizer. Cleared for ILS runway 3 approach. Contact Shelton Tower 118.3.
Maintain 5,000 until established on localizer cleared for ILS runway 3, approach 118.3, Alaska 525.
Yeah.
Spokane Tower, Alaska 525, 5 with you on ILS runway 3.
Last dispatch failed.
Spokane Tower, Alaska 525, 5 with you on ILS runway 3.
Alaska 525. Spokane Tower. Roger.
Okay, let's go, oh, you're at flaps 15?
Yeah.
Landing gear down. Should be able to feel that.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's put the braking system on max. Okay. And land, so you got the landing lights on. Everything looks good there. Alright. Let's go to flaps 30. We need to be at 149. So speed 149. And flaps 30. Okay. Flaps 40 is at speed is 142. And flaps 40. Okay, our approach, we've done this, so our landing lights are on, seatbelts are on. Let's go ahead and just double check that.
Ladies and gentlemen, the captain has turned on the signs and seatbelt signs. If you're up and about the cabin, we ask that you take your seats, so make sure your seatbelt is securely fastened.
Okay, our speeds are set, our flaps are set. Okay, on final. Reduced speed is computed, which we've done. Okay. Our flaps are down and locked. Auto brake is set. Our speed brake is armed. Right? Gear is down. just either one of the buttons will disconnect it.
Okay, gotcha.
So. I see it.
There it is. Yeah.
Okay, you can disconnect the throttle. Okay. No, don't pull it back yet. Don't pull it back yet.
500.
Disengage autopilot or
Not yet.
not yet?
400. 300.
Big storm above it.
Yeah.
200.
Okay, autopilot off. Okay, ease the throttle back slowly. Okay, push down a little bit. Down
Okay. All right. I done crashed the plane.
100.
I
there.
know.
Pull back,
Sync
pull
rate.
back, pull back, pull back, pull
30. 20.
back. Alright, reverse thrust. Toe brakes. Gentle speed, but you're going to be pretty much on your own, both ascending and steering it.
Gotcha.
Alright, so you're going to try to get it down there all by yourself.
Okay.
Without the autopilot.
Okay.
Alright? So, let's see what we can do. Hopefully, I don't know if the motion control system is disconnected or not. You want to keep that runway just about in the middle of your screen. Okay? Don't forget you got to turn, you want to use your rudder pedals with it. Okay? Step left to turn left. Right? Got the auto throttle is controlling that, so you want to disconnect that when you get close to the runway.
Yeah.
Okay, but other than that, there's no autopilot. You want to keep descending, keep descending. There you go. Got quite a little wind going through the canyon here. This is Colorado. This is Telluride.
Oh, I'll tell you right. Didn't even know they had an airport.
Yeah. Okay, 197 people in the back want to go skiing.
2,500. 1,000.
Okay, a little low. A little low.
to be
Yeah,
honest.
that's pretty good though.
Yeah, I don't think I'm cut out for a pilot in my current state. That screaming is very funny. It's almost like just the Wilhelm scream.